didn't dodge having the worst road record last year, Clark.
They could not dodge that one, Kevin. Just 6 wins on the road, but that was pretty much expected considering the youth and inexperience of this team.
Stauskas is checked in for Philadelphia.
And for the 76ers, they weren't a good shooting team in general. And on the road, it got real ugly. They shot under 40% as a team on the year away from home.
Now here's Beverly. And a miss there on the triple. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Noel, a screen on Beverly. Iverson outside. There's a screen by Noel to the inside. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
For the Sixers, just a brutal start to last season. 17 straight losses. They did get their first 4 wins of the season as a road team, though. As bad as they were on the road, at least they had that going for them. Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
And for Coach Kevin McHale, last year was his best. A lot of people thought he could have been easily the coach of the year, leading the Rockets to their 3rd best regular season in franchise history.
And Kevin, with McHale, he's got this team improving every year. His team's win totals have risen as well statistically as I think becoming a better team. Wins aren't always necessarily what determines how good you are.
Now Iverson, Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Picked by Okafor. Jumper off the screen. And Jones pulls it down.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Lawson kicks to Jones. Pass to Ariza. Lawson outside. Houston moving the ball around. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. Well, in terms of rebounding over the last 10 games, these are the rookies that have been head and shoulders above the rest. Jahlil Okafor on top.
He's been playing some very determined basketball here lately. It's showing in those rebounding numbers.
Well, I love the way he pursues the 50-50 balls, goes really hard after those, and he's usually the guy who comes down with them. Yeah, I think determined is the appropriate word for him.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Cavaliers. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And checking out Philadelphia, 4 games back.
And I think for the 76ers, they're a team searching for a way to take a leap forward this season. So far, here in the early going, that leap has not existed.
Well, with the personnel they have, Greg, that leap probably not going to come. I mean, they could be a playoff team, but I don't see them being a major threat.
You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
Here's Cannon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Boozer gets it to go. Houston leading by 7. Upside Lawson shoots from the baseline, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
Here's Cannon, feeds it to Stauskas. Covington dishes to Boozer. Good work defensively by Jones. Well, looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
Here's Lawson after Carlos Boozer's score. Screen by Jones. Beverly the pass to Jones. He used that pick to perfection. Jones has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Cannon. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
James Harden, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Rockets.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Rockets leading by 7. And Lawson, here we go. Stolen by Boozer. And now Philadelphia on the break. Stauskas kicks to Boozer. To the right side. Covington dishes to Noel. Knocked away. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Houston making some changes. Monty Eunice is checked in for Jones, and it's Thornton in for Trevor Ariza. And then for Philadelphia, Grant comes in for Noel, and Roten subbed in for Stauskas. Now here's Boozer. 6 points for him. Grant outside. Back to Boozer. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Roten, no good. The Rockets have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Thornton passes to Harden. There's a screen by Monty Eunice. Harden draws the double. Lawson right side. 6 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. Monty Eunice, and off the front iron, and in it goes. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead. The 76ers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Lawson drives in, and a wide open look for Thornton. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got his 5th assist in this one. And if carrying the team during the regular season wore Harden down, Greg, as you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal, most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
Rockets leading by 9. The rebound by Grant. Philadelphia has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
There's a screen by Monty Eunice. Harden right side. Puts one up from 19. That's good on the jump shot. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Cannon kicks to Boozer. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. Lays it up and banks it in. Thornton's got his third bucket of the night.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Now here's Roten. 7 points in the game. Covington. The wing jumper off target. Rockets leading by 11. And it's Houston on the break. Harden's got the ball. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Rockets have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. There's the dish to Iverson. And the rejection by Harden.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Iverson. Drops one in from the wings. Iverson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds a spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
Here is Harden after the made shot from Allen Iverson. There's a screen by Modi Yunus. They set the pick. Here's Thornton. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
And guys, the wheels really fell off for Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
And on the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season, he wasn't all bad. He did hit, a career-high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
Offensive rebound, Holmes. The layup off target.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Stolen by Thompson. Lawson defending. Allen Iverson on the wing. Kicks to Okafor. Thompson inside the line. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Stolen by Thompson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Capella. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Iverson with the ball. 1 second left. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that concludes the first half. Rockets lead by 10. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They lead by 10. And let's go to Shaq. What did you think of their first half?
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well. And their shooting percentage was outstanding, and it wasn't just luck. It's because the offense never allowed the opposing defenders to get comfortable.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia.
Well, it's never easy to play on the road, and the score reflects that. Just doesn't seem like they're well prepared for this matchup. Every time they tried to make a run, they got derailed. I think to refocus their efforts in the second half, they're going to need to play with a lot more determination for a chance to win this.
That does it for halftime as the game is just about